Hey there, and welcome back to the Simple AI Guide, where we take the complicated world of artificial intelligence and explain it in plain English. My name is Hope. Today we are discussing something that many of you are asking: how artificial intelligence is changing photography. Whether you have been taking pictures for decades or you just picked up a camera last year, AI tools are reshaping how we shoot, sort, edit, and share our images. And the good news is, most of these tools are designed to make photography easier, not more complicated. I'll also discuss the limitations. Let me start with the big picture. AI photography tools have been around for a few years, but 2026 is really the year they matured. What used to require years of Photoshop expertise can now be done in seconds. Machine learning models can now recognize and enhance specific objects within an image. Neural networks can recreate lost detail in blurry or low-resolution shots. And generative AI can create realistic textures and lighting effects that look completely natural. Even beginners with smartphones can now achieve professional quality results that would have required expensive studio setups just a few years ago. The biggest changes are happening across four areas: editing and retouching, noise reduction, photo culling, and real-time composition guidance. Let me walk you through each one. First, let's talk about editing. This is where most photographers spend the bulk of their time after a shoot, and it is where AI has made the most dramatic difference. Adobe Lightroom is still the most widely used editing platform in 2026, and its AI features have expanded significantly. AI denoise is now a standard tool for anyone shooting in low light. Generative remove eliminates distracting elements: a stray tourist, a power line, a piece of litter, with a single brush stroke. And adaptive presets use AI to detect subjects, skies, and backgrounds, then apply targeted adjustments automatically. All of these features are included in Lightroom's standard photography plan at $11.99 per month. No extra cost. Luminar Neo has positioned itself as an AI-first editing experience with more than 25 built-in AI tools. Its Sky AI feature lets you swap a flat, overcast sky with one of 35-plus presets, and the results are convincing enough for real-world professional use. The portrait retouching tools Face AI, Skin AI handle skin in a way that looks natural rather than plastic, which has been a common complaint about earlier automated tools. Adobe Photoshop has shipped four major updates since October 2025, and the latest version is described as the most AI-forward release Adobe has ever made. There is now a conversational AI assistant in public beta, Generative Fill powered by Firefly Image 4, and reference image compositing that lets you drop a specific product into a new scene while matching its scale, rotation, lighting, and perspective. For beginners, the natural language editing lowers the barrier to complex operations that used to require years of practice. For photographers who want a truly personalized editing experience, there is Imagen AI. It learns your Lightroom editing style by analyzing your previously edited catalogs, then applies your personal aesthetic to every new shoot automatically. At $7 a month plus 5 cents per photo, it is one of the most cost-effective options for high-volume photographers like wedding or event shooters. Now let's talk about noise reduction, one of the most common frustrations in photography. Noise is that speckled, grainy texture that appears in photos taken in low light or at high ISO settings. AI noise reduction has essentially solved this problem for most photographers. Topaz Photo AI is the current benchmark. It combines three formerly separate products, Denoise AI, Sharpen AI, and Gigapixel AI, into a single application. Its particular strength is with blurry images. It can combine noise reduction and sharpening to recover detail that Lightroom simply cannot match. Topaz switched to a subscription model in late 2025, with the personal plan at $199 per year. For most photographers, though, Lightroom's built-in AI denoise is more than sufficient. After Adobe updated the tool to run natively on the original file without creating a duplicate, it became practical for batch processing entire shoots overnight. One wildlife photographer described using Lightroom AI denoise for everything shot above ISO 1600, and reserving Topaz Photo AI for only the top 1% of hero images that need every possible bit of quality. A hero image appears at the top of a web page and is designed to draw in the viewer. DxO released Nick Collection 9 in April 2026 with two new AI masking features worth knowing about. The first is an AI depth mask that lets you apply adjustments selectively based on distance from the camera, foreground versus background. The second is an object selection mask where you isolate specific subjects just by hovering over them or drawing a box. And importantly, all AI processing in Nick Collection 9 happens locally on your device without sending your image data to external servers. That is a meaningful privacy advantage for photographers who are careful about where their work goes. Let's move on to culling, which is the process of sorting through hundreds or thousands of images after a shoot and selecting the keepers. Culling has always been one of the most time-consuming parts of professional photography. AI has transformed it. FilterPixel's DeepCull is purpose-built for high-volume event photography, with specific modes for weddings, sports, and conferences. Its Score plus Reason feature provides transparency about why each photo was ranked as it was, a meaningful advantage over black box systems you cannot interrogate. Aftershoot combines culling and editing into a single platform, making it attractive for photographers who want an all-in-one solution. It runs from $9.99 to $14.99 per month. How much time can you actually save? FilterPixel describes a workflow where a 3,000-image wedding shoot goes through DeepCull in 10 minutes, with Lightroom and Imagen AI then handling editing and style application automatically. For photographers who previously spent entire days reviewing and sorting a single wedding, this is a dramatic reclamation of time. Time you can spend shooting or with clients or doing anything else. Now let's talk about something that is especially exciting for beginners: real-time AI composition guidance. These are tools that analyze your frame as you hold the camera and suggest improvements before you press the shutter. Klick AI Camera Assistant launched in April 2026. It is an iOS app that provides live framing guidance, instant feedback, and visual tools designed to help beginners capture better photos from their very first shot. It analyzes faces, balance, spacing, and angles in the frame, and adapts its guidance contextually rather than just applying preset rules. The newly launched Google Pixel 10 series smartphone features Camera Coach, which offers real-time advice on framing, lighting, and composition while you shoot, embedded directly in the camera hardware and software. Planning apps like PhotoPills and Planet use machine learning to predict celestial movements, golden hour timing, and weather patterns. They can help you align the Milky Way over a mountain range or plan a backlit silhouette shot at sunrise, turning what used to require expert knowledge into an accessible, guided experience. And if you just want help figuring out your camera settings, AI can do that too. When you tell an AI assistant your camera model, your lens, your subject, and the time of day, it can suggest starting points for ISO, aperture, and shutter speed, with reasoning behind each suggestion. For beginners or photographers experimenting with a new style, that kind of on-demand guidance is incredibly useful. Let me also mention AI for product photography, because this is a big deal for small business owners. Traditional product photography averages $150 to $500 per SKU when you factor in studio rental, talent, styling, and post-processing. AI tools typically operate on subscription models ranging from $29 to $300 a month, dramatically reducing per-product expenses for high-volume operations. Modern AI background removal tools can accurately detect product edges, handle complex transparency, and seamlessly composite products into new environments. One analysis reported that Nordstrom's digital team saw 41% faster product page deployment times after implementing AI background tools, enabling them to react to trends within days rather than the weeks traditional photography required. Which tools are worth knowing in product photography? PixelCut has a strong position among small to medium e-commerce operators with bulk background removal, shadow generation, and pre-made product mock-up templates. Klick AI focuses on lighting consistency and color accuracy across catalog images. And for fashion brands, Ghost Mannequin tools use object recognition to remove mannequin forms while preserving the garment's natural drape and shape. Now, let's talk about how to put this all together into a practical workflow. For wedding photographers, a complete AI stack might look like this. FilterPixel DeepCull handles the initial cull of 3,000 images in 10 minutes. Then Lightroom with Imagen AI applies your personal editing style automatically. Then Adobe AI handles portrait retouching. Then Topaz Photo AI rescues the dark venue shots. Total monthly cost for this full stack runs about $44 a month. For hobbyists or small business owners on a tighter budget, a simpler workflow works well. Shoot with your smartphone using Camera Coach or Klick for real-time composition guidance, import to Lightroom, or even just use Lightroom Mobile. Apply AI denoise to any high ISO shots and use generative remove to clean up distracting elements. This approach requires nothing beyond a standard Adobe photography plan subscription at $11.99 a month. The key principle is knowing your tools well enough to know when to trust them and when to take back manual control. AI speeds up your workflow, but only when you understand how it works. Now, I want to be honest with you about what AI still cannot do, because understanding the limits is just as important as knowing the capabilities. For all its power, AI has clear limits. A week-long experiment by Live Science found that while AI was genuinely useful for pre-shoot planning, camera settings recommendations, and noise reduction, it consistently fell short in one area: emotional intelligence. Their headline said it plainly: AI cannot deal with emotion. An AI culling tool may not appreciate the subtle atmosphere of a scene the way you do. An algorithm might reject a technically imperfect image that captures a fleeting, irreplaceable moment. A real-time composition assistant can tell you about the rule of thirds, but it cannot tell you when breaking that rule is the right creative choice. There are also important considerations around intellectual property. Some AI systems may use your images to further train their algorithms, which raises questions about your original work, influencing outputs that resemble your style. Before using any AI editing service, it is worth reviewing the terms and conditions regarding how your images are used. AI tools accelerate the middle of the creative process, the technical, repetitive tasks, but the beginning, which is your vision and intent, and the end, which is your final creative judgment, remain entirely human. That is not a limitation to mourn. It is an invitation to focus your energy where it matters most. So, where do you start? If you are new to AI photography tools, here is a practical low-cost approach for your first week. Days 1 and 2. Start with what you already have. If you use Adobe Lightroom, open a recent photo which was shot in low light and try the AI denoise feature. Click denoise in the detail panel, set the slider to around 50, and compare the before and after. That alone will show you what AI can do for your photography in about 60 seconds. Days 3 and 4. Try a real-time composition tool. Download Klick for iOS or activate Camera Coach on a compatible Android device. Spend an afternoon shooting with the AI guidance active. Even if you find some suggestions obvious, you will likely discover at least one framing habit you did not know you had. Days 5 through 7. Experiment with a specialized tool. If you shoot portraits, try a trial of Evoto AI or Portrait Pro. If you run an online store, upload a product photo to Pixelcut's free tier and try swapping the background. If you shoot landscapes or wildlife, download a trial of Topaz Photo AI and run your most challenging high ISO shot through it. The goal for your first week is not to overhaul your entire workflow. It is to find one AI tool that solves a problem you actually have and to evaluate the benefit to you. Start there, get comfortable, and expand from that foundation. If you found this podcast useful, give us a like and follow us. If you want the full written guide with all the tool comparisons, pricing, and step-by-step instructions, head over to AI4everyone.ai. The link will be in the show notes. And while you are there, subscribe to our free newsletter. Every week we cover one AI topic in plain English. No jargon, no hype, just practical stuff you can actually use. This episode was written by humans and AI, read by an AI voice. Thanks for listening to the Simple AI Guide. Join me for the next episode.